This is Gabriel Gonzalez for Cage Side Press here with filthy Tom Lawlor, who's fighting Deron Winn in the co-main event of Liddell Ortiz 3. Tom, you just had your first face-off with Deron. What are your thoughts on him? Young guy, obviously a great wrestler, and yeah, coming up, you're the veteran going into this one.
Yeah, actually I was surprised by how tall he was. I thought he was going to be actually a little bit shorter. I don't know if he was wearing lifts or what the deal was, but there's no surprises. He's one of the top amateur wrestlers in the country. He's going to try to take me down. If he doesn't try to take me down, he's going to throw some big punches before he tries to take me down. So it's a cut and dry game plan as far as I look at it. I don't think he's going to come in with anything that I'm not expecting. I've seen it all. He hasn't. You know, he's relatively young in his career. A lot of people look at that and say, oh, well, you know, he's a young guy looking to make a statement. He's hungry for a win. But I'm hungrier. I guarantee you that. So.
Now, you did want to ham it up a little bit. You did kind of take shots at the fact that he's an amateur wrestler. Was that to get in his head? Was that just, hey, first time we're backing in front of an MMA crowd, you having fun?
Yeah, no, it's got nothing to do with him being an amateur wrestler. Obviously, at this point, everybody knows the deal. Professional wrestling is it's fixed.
What?
It's
really breaking news.
It's predetermined. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not an athletic contest in and of itself, but you know, the way I look at it is I've been gone for a few years. I guarantee you that during that time I've been training the entire time. I've been getting ready for a fight. It just so happens that it's going to happen here for Golden Boy. While I've been gone, luckily, I've had a lot of support from the professional wrestling community as I've been doing shows throughout the country. I've been under the lights. I've been on TV doing the thing, and I want to put that out there. I want people to know that I've been, in that world, so that those people who supported me during the past 2 years, have something to look forward to. Somebody's out there trying to represent professional wrestling in its purest form, because, quite frankly, amateur wrestling comes from professional wrestling. I've done my research throughout the years. I know the history of both the sports, and this is an opportunity for me to kind of give back in a little bit of a way to the professional wrestling community. So.
My question, you're obviously very passionate about it. We've heard of guys like Matt Riddle and others saying, hey, you know what? Life is just better on the other side in pro wrestling. Why even come back to MMA if you know that those other opportunities are out there? Is it just the passion for the sport?
Yeah, I grew up as both a fan of professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. I am probably one of the first generations of people who grew up. I know I saw UFC 2 when I was like 11 or 12 years old. So it's not as if I was a pro wrestling fan and then just happened to cross it. It's not as if I was like Deron was probably an amateur wrestler, then got into MMA because of it. I got into amateur wrestling because of mixed martial arts. I've been a mixed martial arts fan my entire life, and I did the research. I found out that they have been intertwined the entire time in Japan, in Brazil, in the U.S., throughout the entire history of the world. We have combat sports. It's really all one family together. So to come back and be able to fight again, it's just a different rule set to me. I've competed in professional grappling. I've competed in amateur wrestling contests. My plan in the future is to compete in just pure striking contests. Here, just so happens that it's an MMA fight this weekend. So I'm a combat sports athlete.
I think we definitely got that. That was quite the breakdown. But no, look, fans sometimes I think, Tom Lawlor, he likes to put on a show. He's not the most technical guy. You clearly understand that part of it is putting on a show and entertainment. So I think fans really identify with that. And clearly you've been busy in the time away. The final question, Tom. You are the co-main event to Chuck Tito, number 3. How do you see that main event going down?
Well, since they announced it, basically the way I looked at it was that they were going to try to get Tito back his win. This is his redemption story. I don't really know what the impetus for Chuck to take the fight is, besides money or what the case is. If I was up 2-0 on somebody, I don't know if I'd be taking that fight again. So I really think that I think Tito is going to walk away. He's been more active. If you take a look at his record, he's 3-1 out of his last 4, and he's beaten some very tough guys. So if I had to make a prediction, it would be Tito. But it may say Liddell Ortiz 3 on the marquee, but this is Tom Lawlor's show number 1.
I like that. Let me ask you a question. You're obviously a vet. You're getting up there. If they were to say to you, hey, you know what, when you're 40-something, do you want to main event a show? Do you think you're going to be that guy also?
I'm 35 years old. Sometimes I feel like I have 70 years of wear and tear on my body, but other days I feel like I have about 3 years of wear and tear on my body. I've been training now for 21 years. And basically you can't, I may not be as good every day as I forget what the saying is. It's something like I may not be as good as every day as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. And really, I think that holds true. As you get older, you get more intelligent about the way you train. My experience isn't going anywhere. Not only my cage experience, but my life experience. I've been through some shit the past few years, and I am absolutely ready to go out there and make a statement.
Well, Tom, we're looking forward to this one with Deron Williams. Best of luck out there on Saturday night.